just realizing I'm kind of like my dad. I'm in the middle. He'd always start his stories. I have 3 brothers younger and 3 brothers older. And when they all beat, the older ones would sitting down to the younger ones, and the younger ones would whine and sitting up. And then he had 3 sisters to boot. I'm just going to mention Daryl. He's the one that was the Marine. He was on Okinawa, and he survived that. And he was one of the 8 that walked down one of the battles one day, and he was injured on Okinawa, and so he didn't finish the battle before he was sent ill. And I've got his story of being a Marine, and it's quite interesting, and it's in one of those books back there. So look at it. We mentioned what a pleasure my parents' home was, and how they really did enjoy it, and so did the younger kids. And they loved having them. In fact, in one of Mother's stories, she always said that Matt, the door's always open. So they loved having people come, and they made their homes so that they were comfortable. And my daughter, Lynn, wrote about my grandma's house, and I thought you'd enjoy it, because this kind of relates to the cousins' age and what they did up there, that they thought Mother and Dad didn't know was going on.
I learned everything.
That is true. You know, I think they grew up as city kids, and they just loved the wide open spaces and the tractors. You know, they could go anywhere they wanted to. And they did. Anyway.
And the fishing buddy.
And the fishing, yeah. But she wrote my grandparents' house, and it's one section of his paper that she wrote. And I thought you'd enjoy hearing it, because I enjoyed it too. She described it and talked about the white fence and the lane. And she said at the end of the lane, there's a long dirt road that leads to all of my grandpa's fields. On one side of the dirt road, there is a big shed where Grandpa keeps his tractors, his camper, his snowmobiles, and all of his toys. They always had the snowmobile and the camper and whatever, and they enjoyed it with friends. My grandparents' house holds many treasures. The mural on the wall in the garage. Do you remember what that was? What was that?
It was a flag that they did for us centennial.
Oh yeah, I have this thing, but I want all this, there was fish or something.
No, it's like a Australian, like a river.
Yeah. Trees over here.
Yeah, I forgot.
There was a flag in there. I love
There was a flag.
Sheds.
Oh yeah, and the license plates. Okay, so there was a mural on the wall of the garage, a cold dark potato cellar in the basement, a ping pong table where long hours of tense moments are spent, a candy drawer that is often visited in the middle of the night. You wonder why it always had stuff in there. Well, my mother had a sweet tooth. She saw that it was well stocked. You didn't realize that.
Can I interrupt you about that?
Sure.
We're all at the dinner table one evening, and Dad comes out, getting ready to sit down there. He brings out this empty box of chocolates. You remember this?
Yes.
This empty box of chocolates, and he's going, well, who's been eating the chocolates? And every kid at the table's going, and because to get to the bedroom is so small, you can stand on the edge of the bed, and up on the corner, top shelf of that closet was where the chocolates were. If you stood on the bed and kind of brace yourself against that shelf, you could just get into the chocolate. Well, so I remember, protecting maybe once or twice. Yeah. But the thing I noticed, I kept going back in there, is those chocolates were disappearing faster than I was eating. So we get to the table that night, and everybody's got their head down, and we all started looking around, and that kind of started to laugh. Every one of us had been on the bed.
You forgot one process. Every time you take one, you mess up the other cup containers. So it looked like there was an art to that. Okay, and a candy drawer, a sugar drawer. You should mention a flower drawer too. A toy drawer, a baby grand piano, an organ, a chest full of dress-up clothes, Grandma's makeup drawer. I didn't realize that. Her wondrous bath powder, souvenirs from all over the world, and a singing room. The singing room is one of the back bedrooms, the pink bedroom. When the wind is blowing, you leave the window open and close the door to the room, and the air going under the door makes a whistling sound. So it became a singing room. Their home is like home to me, Lynn said. Some of the things that make it feel that way are the wind socks in the front and in the backyard, the basketball hoop in the driveway, the white wooden fence that surrounds the pasture, the chimes that ring when the wind blows, high school graduation pictures of my mom and her brothers and sisters, the big friendly windows that let you can see for miles. That might be one controversy Mother and Dad had, Gordon, because the house, they put the house on an angle, so out of those big lovely windows you could see the mountains, and they never agreed on what was north and what was south.
Dad swore it was facing north.
He mostly swore. We grew willow trees where we had picnics with the aunts, long bicycle rides up to the water pump, 3 big pine trees that lined up on both sides of the yard, and a great place, and we're great for playing hide and seek and tag and other impromptu Christmas Eve programs that we have on my grandpa's side of the family. Grandpa is a farmer. In his fields they grow wheat, beans, potatoes, and hay. The Mexicans weed the fields. They are very kind to us, and they always say, "Hello, senoritas." Whenever we see an old green truck, we know that Jesse is coming. Who is Jesse? Do kids know? Oh, Romero. Anyway, they say, "Hello, senoritas." My grandma is a very busy woman. She's a marvelous cook, an excellent seamstress. She keeps her own tomato garden. You know, an excellent seamstress. They made a mess of my wedding gown. I got it at ZCMI, and when I went back to get it, you know, I'm short, had to be shortened. And I swear, it must have been a drug. Well, it must have been something in the house. So, because it went like this and like this and like this. It was awful, and it was just a few days before the wedding. And so we had a discussion, and I said, "Well, my mother can fix that." And I sent that mess home to my mother, and she fixed it. She was excellent seamstress. She keeps her own tomatoes garden, works on the computer, teaches a class in church, keeps the house spotless, and is a member of the book club. My grandma and grandpa are very loving and caring, and they always make us feel welcome. I love them very much. And I think that will feel like all of this.
Excellent. Thank you.